What would happen if your entire neighborhood was made up of Spider-Man? First off, all the houses would be upside down. You know, because that's what Spider-Man does. He always swings by his webs from building to building, never walking on the streets like a normal person. So if you were to look out your window, it would just be a bunch of upside-down houses with people hanging outside of them. It'd be really confusing. Like, are they homeless? Do they live there? Are those their real houses? It would be weird. All the mail would get delivered really fast. If your friendly neighborhood Spider-Man is responsible for all the mail in the neighborhood, 10, then he could just swing from house to house and deliver all the mail super quickly. I mean, unless he's late for work or he's fighting with Venom or something. Then your mail might be a little late, but other than that, pretty fast delivery. There would be zero crime. Well, actually, there would probably be a lot of crime because Spider-Man is known to break the law. He just swings around people's houses in the middle of the night. That's technically trespassing. And you know, he fights crime by beating up criminals. And sometimes he just, you know, kidnaps people. Like when he fought with the Green Goblin and he was like, "I'm gonna take you home," right? Even though that wasn't really kidnapping because he saved the day. But still, that's kind of weird. If you need to borrow a cup of sugar from your neighbor, you can just climb up their wall. No more needing a ladder. Now, this only works if you also have Spider-Man's strength, and you do unfall off the wall and break both your legs. Also, it would suck if you needed to get into your garage. Like, are you supposed to climb up the wall of your garage? That seems kind of dangerous. Maybe not the best idea. Everyone would have really good health insurance because Peter Parker, before he became famous and was making lots of money as Spider-Man, he worked as a photographer for a newspaper company. And as part of his employee benefits, he got health insurance through them. So all the Spider-Men in this neighborhood would have great health insurance plans. No one would be able to keep a secret from anyone. Spider-Man has spider sense. So if anything bad was happening, like if someone was planning to rob the house next door, Spider-Man would just know about it. So no one could really keep anything a secret from him. Also, everyone in the neighborhood would know everything that you were doing. Because Spider-Man is always swinging around, and there's like no trees in a neighborhood. So he's swinging from house to house. So if you were outside, he'd be like, "Hey, what's up?" And you'd be like, "Nothing. Spider-Man. Just going for a walk." And he'd be like, "Cool." And then he'd tell all the other Spider-Men, and they'd all be like, "Oh, what did you do today?" "Oh, nothing. Just going for a walk." There would be so many different types of webs, okay? Because some Spider-Men might have like upgraded their webs. They might have like different materials, or they might be stronger or stickier. And then some of the webs would be like the classic webs, you know? The ones that are used for swinging. And then there'd be like web hammocks. It would just be really confusing. If you had a barbecue, you'd run out of food really quickly. Spider-Man's always inviting everyone over for dinner. Aunt May, come over for dinner. MJ, come over for dinner. Namor, come over for dinner. Everyone's always at Spider-Man's house for dinner. So if you invited them all to your house, they'd probably accept. so you'd have to make a lot of food. The power would go out a lot because Spider-Man fights with villains, and sometimes the villains destroy the power grid. That's happened like twice.